Yo, hi, and today I'm going to tell you my original story. It's called The Adventurer of Freedom. Once upon a time, in a world full of beautiful things and evil that hide in the shadow, a baby has been born. His name is Elfham, and this is his journey to become an adventurer, to fight for freedom, to fight for his freedom or others. 5 years after his birth, little Elfham started to walk around. He was amazed at the beauty of the kingdom he lived in. As he walked around, a child suddenly fell beside him. Elfham helped the child, and the child thanked him and invited him to the shop where his mother worked. When they got there, the child gave all of the customers' money to his mother and introduces himself. The child's name is Saveria. Then Saveria asked Elfham to play together. They play all day in all parts of the kingdom, and they even play outside of the kingdom. While they were playing outside of the kingdom, they found a hill with a tree at the top of it. They decided to set the hill as their playground. They played in there for 2 years without any boredom at all. They even talked something like dreams. Sapphire dreams is to be an adventurer, and because Elfham doesn't have any dreams at all, he decided to join Sapphire to become adventurous as well. Uh, the- and after that talk, they returned to the kingdom. The kingdom they lived in was called Ligerio. Ligerio is a kingdom, a very peaceful kingdom, I can say, but it didn't last long because one day the whole kingdom was shocked by the disappearance of the princess. The king told some adventurers and some knights to find the princess. If they manage to find the princess, they will receive a fantastic rewards. But if they fail, they will receive a terrible punishment. 7 days have passed, but no progress at all. And as a result, they received the terrible punishment from the king. It was execution and was shown in public. Saverio saw it and he was shocked, frightened, and trembled. He ran as quick as he could, and Elfhams saw him and immediately chased him. They ended up in the hill where they uh, played all time. It turns out that Saveria's father was was an adventurer as well, and he was executed along with others. Uh, Saveria also told Elfheim that he is going to leave the kingdom the next day because the cruelty of the king. The king's name is Aboviral the Third. He known as the most cruel kings in the history of Nigeria. And the next day, they said goodbye to each other. 15 years have passed. Now Elfam is one of the students in Nigeria Academy. After he finished studying, he heard the other students plan about defeat the king. So he will be replaced immediately. Elfam forced to help, and they decided to do it after the graduation. Finally, they passed. And after solidifying the plan, they agreed to do it while the king was living. Finally, they carry out the plan. The first plan started quite well, but then failed because the king woke up first before Elfheim could take him down. So they on to the second plan. Elfheim broke the king to the place where his friends were, and a great war broke out. They, they fight for their justice and freedom. After a long fight, they managed to win the war. Uh, a few weeks later, the new king gave them some new equipment, and now they can do anything, whatever they want. Elfheim's first destination is to Belheim, the kingdom for those who like to trade. In the middle of the journey, Elfheim was exhausted and saw a house in middle of nothing. He decided to lay and rest for a bit, but ended up falling asleep. Uh, the next day, he woke up in the house, and when he came out, he is surprised by because there was a beautiful girl who was gardening. The girl's name is Rust, and Elfheim thanks Rasta and would help her for a few days. One night, Elfheim, wait. One night, Elfheim wake up due to a very loud noise in the garden. It's a sound from possum monsters. Elfheim went out to fight the the possum, but ended up lost because his flock also attacked. After that, he trained for a few weeks, and when he ready, he entered the cave of the possums. There, he fight the possum kings. If he win, the possum will go away, but if he lose, the possum will stay. He used his new technique and some fire spell that Rasta taught him, and he ended up won. When they returned home, uh, Elfham suddenly accidentally found a painting. It was a painting of Lagerio Lost Princess. Elfham confused for a bit and asked Rasta why she asked this. Rasta panicked and decided to tell the truth that she is the lost princess of Nigeria. They, he continued his journey with Rasta to Belheim. There, he met his friend uh, Ace, while uh, Elfhem and Ace helping the knights and the citizens repair things that damaged by the monster. Uh, Asta walked around for a bit, and she saw the warlord of the darkness kingdom of Apollo. The next day, Elfhem uh, fight with some monsters in the outside of the kingdom, and shocked by an attack from an astronomer called Arch. In the night, someone opened a portal in the forest. The knights who saw it quickly rang the warning bell and evacuated the residents. Elfheim wake up and fight the monster, but as a result of the endless monster, Elfheim decided to find the source of it, the source of it. He managed to find it in the forest, but before he destroyed it, someone confronts him. It was the warlord of the Darkness Kingdom, and it turns out it was Saveria. They uh, FM surprised a little bit and they fight, but ended up Saveria became the winner. After he recovered, he went to Arch and asked Arch to track the location of Saveria. And now Saveria is currently on a kingdom called Lavra. So Elfham and Rasta decided to prepare themselves and went to uh, Lavra. Ace and Arch decided to join them too, and they ran together. Lavra is a kingdom of gunsmiths. All kind of weapons are made in there, and with a very good quality, of course. Finally, they arrived. While walking around, Ace found a poster about a tournament. Uh, he told Elfham about this, and they agreed to join. The tournament started. The first one to compete is Ace. Ace successfully win the first round, of course, and five of five rounds have been over, and uh, LFM didn't call out yet. It haven't called out yet, and he's getting started to feel bored until he saw Saveria complete, and the Saveria round ended up in a blink of an eye. And of course, Saveria became the winner. Finally, it's Elfin turns to compete, and with a bit of struggle, Elfin managed to win his first fight. Uh, the participants that continue to the semifinals are Ace, Elfam, a random participant, and Saveria, of course. And the semifinals start next week. So Elfam and Ace decided to train for a bit. The semi-finals started. The first one to compete is Ace and Saveria. Ace luckily managed to fight back Saveria a little bit, but still ended up lost to him. And and the second semi-finals match is Elfham with the other participant. They both of them almost ended up in a draw, but FM managed to win in an amazing way. And now the and now it's time for the final. It's a match between FM and Saveria. The fierceness of this fight is so great that it's destroyed the whole arena because FM fainted. Saveria came out as the winner. 2 weeks final 2 weeks passed and finalist FM recovered. F Arch told him that after Saveria get the after Saveria got the prize for the tournament, he left. So Elfem, Elfem, Arch, Ace, and Rasta decided to prepare themselves to find a new destination, so they maybe can find Saveria again. In the middle of the trip, a bird delivers a letter to a bird delivers a letter about a Lazario who was being colonized. Elfham Ace and Arch um, agreed to help them, but not with Rasta because she is afraid if her true identity is revealed. Elfham assured her to join, and after a long time of after a bit of an argument, uh, Rastam decided to join. When when they arrived, the Apollo's army managed. The army quickly arrested them and detained them with several knights, the royal families, and the citizens. They made up a plan to fight back. In the beginning, they in the beginning, uh, everything was fine, but later things getting much worse. They they decided to split up the Apollo's army attacks, and and suddenly, Elfhem got attacked by Saveria with yeah Saveria. In order to not lose anyone, uh, Elfheim broke Saveria to the castle. So just between him and Saveria, they fight until the castle's almost destroyed completely, and Elf, Elfheim managed to make a new technique in the history. As a result of this technique, Saverio lost his life and asked Elfheim to bury him hill in the hill where they play. Like Elfheim decided to do it, and he cried as much as he could. One month passed, and everyone was living happily. And now Elfheim became a true adventurer. Thank you.